All right, boys and girls, we are going to continue practicing using an estimation strategy to determine if an answer is reasonable. So I'm going to zoom in here to question number 5 on our sheet here that we've been going through this week. And we're going to follow a very similar strategy of reading our word problem, creating our number sentence based on the word problem, and then estimating each of our add-ins in the word problem to the nearest 10, and then determining if the answer given is reasonable or not. And we're going to go through each of those steps, so don't worry. Let's read this word problem together. While on vacation, Rachel took 16 pictures at the zoo and 29 at the museum. If she later deleted 11 of the pictures, how many pictures from her vacation did she still have? So I want to go ahead and I want to highlight the numbers that are in my word problem. That way they can stand out to me. All right, so now I want to replay this word problem in my brain like a movie. Rachel took 16 pictures at the zoo and 29 at the museum. But she deleted 11 of them. So she deleted them, she got rid of them. So she is subtracting 11. And we want to know how many she has left. I'm going to call that P. P for pictures. Remember, we can use variables or letters to represent unknown numbers in math. So I just picked the letter P. And we want to use an estimation strategy, or we want to round each of these numbers to the nearest 10, and then we can add and subtract. So if I'm thinking about 16 rounded to the nearest 10, I know 16 is between 10 and 20, and my midpoint is 15. So 16 rounds to 20. It's closer to 20 on the number line. I should have written 20. Rounds to 20. Now 29 is between 20 and 30, but it's closer to 30. And 11 is between 10 and 20, but it's closer to 10. So now when I go to solve, I can solve it a little bit easier in my brain. 20 plus 30 is 50. 50 minus 10 is 40. So my guess is 40. That is my estimated guess. Now, if we look down here at the rest of the word problem, our narrator thinks that she has 56 pictures. And I want to know, is that answer reasonable? 56 is kind of close to 40, but not really. It's still 16 away. So I'm going to say no. This answer of 56 is not reasonable. Remember, we've talked about what reasonable means. Reasonable means a good guess. So is 56 a good guess when 40 was what we got? No, it's too far away. So that's why I said no. This answer is not reasonable. Let's look at our last one here. Number 6. At the arcade, Dave won 45 tickets. If he spent 22 tickets on a beanie and later won 15 more tickets, how many would he have? So if I close my eyes and I imagine what's happening in the story problem as a movie, he's going to have 45. And if he spends 22 of the tickets, then he's taking them away. But he won 15 more. That means he's going to get 15 back. And I'm going to say equals T, or equals tickets. So, again, I want to use an estimation strategy. So I'm going to round each of these add-ins to the nearest 10. 45 is between 40 and 50, but is closer to 50 because it's the midpoint. Remember, it rounds up. 22 is between 20 and 30, but is closer to 20. And 15 is between 10 and 20, but because it's the midpoint, it rounds up to 20. So we've got to remember those midpoints. It always rounds up. So now in our brain, we can do this much easier. If we put 50 in our brain, count down 2 10s, 50, 40, 30. So I get 30. Now I'm going to add 20 more, 30. 40, 50, So 50 is my guess, my estimate. Now I want to compare it to what our narrator got. I think he would have 37 tickets. Is my answer reasonable? Remember, reasonable, that means is it a good guess? Well, 37 is kind of far away from 50. So I'm going to say no. 37 is not reasonable because it is far away from 50, which was the estimate that I got.